We're live now, are we?
We are live right now. So, welcome to BSB TV. This is Kevin Gammy. I've got with me Darren Uttridge. Darren Uttridge is from DU Designs, not Dude Signs. Now, Darren, how are you going today?
Yeah, good. Thanks, Kevin.
That's really good. Now, we're going to share 7 points that's going to help you. If you have all of this stuff ready when you reach out to a web designer, this is going to save you a fortune, isn't it?
Yes, definitely.
So one of the biggest challenges many web designers have is that their clients go, hey, I want stuff done really, really cheaply, but then they don't have anything ready. And that adds extra costs and time, effort, and energy in trying to put your website together. So if you're trying to, we've got a competing conflict here. Help your web designer do stuff efficiently for you, yeah?
Yeah, that's it.
Because at the end of the day, they want to do an awesome job. And if they're stuffing around looking for stuff and chasing you up and all that sort of stuff, that's more time that they can't spend on building your site.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
and so it's really important. Look, your website is a shopfront for many small businesses. It really is. And so from that point of view, it doesn't have to be overly lavish. You don't have to go to the effort that Maya do every Christmas time. And apparently they're not going to this Christmas, but let's not worry about that. It is 2020 after all. So what are the 7 things that people can do to help reduce the cost of their website and make it even better than ever before?
Well, the first point is really to know what you want and know your objective. So, sorry?
Yeah, no, I get that. Because if you know what you want, then it's easy for you to design to deliver that.
Yeah, that's it. The web designer needs to know a whole lot about your business. Basically, your customer types, your services, your marketing plans, your goals for the future. Really need to be tailored for all these points. If I don't know what they are, well, it makes it very difficult to come up with, and it can be a huge waste of money not being able to settle those things for your website.
Well, absolutely. There's not a bigger waste of money than having a website that actually doesn't deliver anything, right? So if it's just a nice, pretty brochure, there's really no point to it. You might as well just get a landing page that could do a much better job and help you convert much faster. So what's the second point?
Second point, develop a sitemap. So a sitemap is basically an outline. You can use Microsoft Word or a word processor to make one that you, something that can make sense in terms of a hierarchy. It doesn't have to be overly complicated. The first level is for the main pages, and then maybe a second level for your sub pages. So yeah, just to outline to your web designer just an overall view of how you want the sitemap to look.
In thinking this a different way, it'd be a sitemap would look kind of like an organization chart, wouldn't it? So you'd have, hey, here's the CEO, and then here's the next line of reports. So you'd have, here's your main page, and then here's the next pages that you're going to come to from the main page, and here's the subcategories underneath those. That's what your sitemap is?
Yeah, pretty well.
Awesome. Yeah. Awesome. So point 3, because we are having to do these really rapidly. So what's the third point? So understand the hierarchy and what order and sequence that you're looking for stuff is the thing about the sitemap. Point 3.
Create a list of website features. So you might not be entirely sure of your website needs, but having a list of must-haves, nice to haves, can help control costs of your website, educate your web designer on what your priorities are.
So when we're talking about features, what do you mean?
Well, things like forms, call to actions.
Things like, is it e-commerce a feature or is that something different?
E-commerce is more than a feature. It's the functionality of your website.
So what about blogs? Is that a feature or is that? So I'm a bit confused about what a feature is here.
How do I explain that? Yeah, well, yeah, things like forms, payment gateways for your e-commerce site. Yeah, ways of being able to collect information. Like you might want to collect information about for your CRM, for
Yep.
instance.
So cool.
Yeah,
So it's how your website actually interacts with other tools that you might have, so to make your business more efficient. Is that what we're
yeah,
talking about?
yeah. That's it.
Excellent, excellent. Then what's the fourth point? So the first one, know what you want out of your site. Secondly, create a site map even before you go to your designer. And third one, know what features. How do you want this to interact with your other assets to get the best value out of it? And then point four is, what's
Do
point
your
four?
research.
Do your research. Now, when you say do your research, what do you mean?
Well, it's helpful to find examples of other websites, how they function, what you like visually, what you like presented on other sites. Show your web designer some inspiration, give them some ideas to help them to define the scope of your project.
Cool. So help your designer understand what you both love and things that you hate. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty well.
Excellent. Cool. So, and yeah, go to your competitor's site and start looking at what do you love about your competitor's site and what do you hate about them, because you don't just want to copy your competitor's site, but that may give you some really cool hints and tips, and you might go, "That's awesome, love that, awesome." So, point five is
have your content ready. That's probably one of the most important ones.
I know look, I speak to a lot of people involved in the web industry from time to time, and the one most common, let's politely say, complaint that I get in relation to this is the amount of time that is wasted and the number of websites that just fall over and don't get built halfway through because clients don't provide content.
Yeah, well, that's it. Nothing can blow out the budget quite like not having the content ready.
Absolutely. So know whether your web designer is going to organize that for you or whether you're going to organize that for them. Understand very quickly from your sitemap what you do need, and then make sure you've got it. Make sure you've got it ready so that it makes it as streamlined as possible for the designer. And I absolutely get that, because you need content that is going to convert. Right? Whatever your ultimate online transaction is that you want them to pick up the phone and call you? Is that you want them to fill out a form so that you can call them? Is that booking a meeting, or is that making this up? Whatever it is, you need to know, and your content needs to drive people towards that. Otherwise, it's just a pretty brochure.
Yeah, that's right.
And as soon as they go onto your competitor's site that drives them towards an action and creates engagement, the likelihood of them going to your competitor has just gone through the roof. So make sure you do have your content planned and ready for your designer. What's the next one?
Okay, number 6 is have a well-defined brand. So a website's not just showcasing your brand identity. You've got to, it can be a huge waste of money if you don't have your identity ready, because if you don't display who you are, what your goals are, what you're about, and you're defining your brand, people will be confused and go elsewhere.
And if you're confused when we're using this term brand, somebody once said to me really awesomely, your brand is what people say about your business when you're not around.
Yeah.
So if you're really clear about what your brand is and you are a living example of that, then when you're not around, people are still going to be saying, hey, this is about this blah about this company, and it's going to be consistent whether you're there or whether you're not. Cool. And what's the last one?
Have a plan for your photography. So this one gets forgotten about sometimes. Is the trend is to have really large, high quality images, and your web designer should be able to optimize them so that they're low in size, so that your website loads fast, but has good quality in terms of that it's not pixelated, it's not low resolution and quality, like bad quality.
Absolutely. So whether it's absolute photography or whether it's the graphics that you have there, you need to have really high quality so that the web designer can help you by doing the right optimization tricks so that your website opens quickly and does all of that. So look, so those 7 tips again, really, really quickly are: know what you want from your site. Okay, so what is your ultimate online transaction? What is the goal of the site? Create a sitemap and a hierarchy of things. So just like an organization chart for the pages of your website. Know what features you need with your site. How is this going to interact with the rest of your business to be as effective and efficient as possible? 4, do your research. Know what you love and hate about competitors' sites so that you can get the best of those. 5, have your content ready before you hit the button and press go. 6, have a well-defined brand. Know what your brand is all about and what you're all about so that that absolutely sings right throughout your website. And 7, make sure your images, your photography and graphics that you have are high quality so the web designer can do their magic, get them loading up very, very fast, and always be really high quality. So if we wrap that up pretty well.
Yeah, pretty well, Kevin.
Excellent. We really failed at 5 from 5, 5 in 5. 1, we had 7 points, not 5, and 2, we took just over 10 minutes. So I'm sorry about not quite accomplishing our goals, but awesome content with 2 bonus points. So thanks very much for your time today, Darren. Darren from DU Designs, really easy to find, dudesigns.com.au. And we will speak to you very soon. Thanks very much, mate.
Thanks, Kevin.